Welcome to English Listening Journey. Today, I want to share with you a truly inspiring and heartwarming story. A story about the power of learning, love, and determination. Imagine being a mother who moves to a new country with her family. She doesn't speak the language, but she has children who need her support in school, in life, and for their future. What would she do? Would she give up? Or would she take on the challenge of learning English just for them? This is the story of Maria, a mother who proved that it's never too late to learn, and that love can be the greatest motivation. A new beginning in a foreign land. Maria and her family moved to the United States from a small town in Mexico. She and her husband wanted a better future for their children, a future full of opportunities. But from the moment they arrived, Maria faced a huge problem. She didn't speak English. At first, she thought she could manage without it. Her husband worked long hours, and she took care of the home. But as her children started school, Maria realized how difficult things would be. She couldn't help them with their homework. She couldn't understand the teacher at parent meetings. She couldn't talk to doctors when her kids got sick. She couldn't even go to the grocery store without feeling lost. She felt helpless, frustrated, and isolated. She loved her children more than anything, but she couldn't give them the support they needed. That's when she made a decision that would change everything. "I will learn English," she told herself. "For my children." The challenges of learning as an adult. Maria's journey was not easy. Learning a new language is difficult, especially when you're an adult, taking care of a home, and raising children. She felt shy and embarrassed when she tried to speak. She struggled to understand the fast English spoken around her. She worried about making mistakes and what people would think of her. At times, she felt like giving up. But every time she looked at her children, she reminded herself why she started. She wanted to be there for them. She wanted to read them bedtime stories in English. She wanted to understand their schoolwork and talk to their teachers. She wanted to give them the best future possible. So she kept going. How Maria learned English step by step. Maria knew she had to find creative ways to learn English while still taking care of her family. Here's what she did. 1. Learning with her children. She sat with them while they did their homework and learned alongside them. She listened to the English songs they played, watched cartoons with subtitles, and repeated words with them. She even made flashcards with common words so they could learn together. Learning became a family activity. 2. Using everyday situations as practice. She started practicing English whenever she could. At the supermarket, she read labels, listened to announcements, and tried to ask employees simple questions. At her children's school, she forced herself to speak to teachers, even if she made mistakes. At the doctor's office, she learned basic phrases to describe symptoms and ask questions. Slowly, she gained confidence. 3. Watching and listening to English daily. Maria found that listening was one of the best ways to improve. She watched English TV shows and tried to understand the dialogue. Listened to English radio while cooking. Repeated sentences she heard in daily conversations. She didn't understand everything at first, but over time, it became easier. 4. Finding a support system. Maria joined a free English class at the local community center. She met other parents who were also learning. Together, they practiced conversations and supported each other. She realized she wasn't alone. There were many people like her, trying their best to improve for their families. 5. Speaking without fear. At first, She was afraid of speaking English. But she reminded herself, making mistakes is part of learning. So she started speaking without fear. Even when she made mistakes, she kept going. She used gestures, simple words, and her smile to communicate. Little by little, her English improved. The moment everything changed. One day, Maria's son came home with a note from school. "Mom, we have a parent-teacher meeting next week," he said. Maria looked at the paper. In the past, she would have asked someone to translate it for her. But this time, she read it herself. For the first time, she understood everything. She smiled. At the meeting, she introduced herself to the teacher in English. She asked questions about her son's progress. And when the teacher told her that her son was doing well, she understood every word. For the first time, she didn't feel lost. She felt strong. Her children noticed the change too. They were so proud of her. "Mom, your English is so good," they said. Maria had done it. She had learned English, not for herself, but for her children. The power of learning for love. Maria's story teaches us something powerful. Learning English is not just about words and grammar. It's about connection. It's about love. She didn't learn English because she had to. She learned it because she wanted to give her children the best future possible. And in the end, she gave them something even greater, an example of strength, perseverance, and courage. She showed them that learning never stops, no matter how old you are. She proved that love is the greatest motivation. Maria's story is just one of many. Around the world, parents are learning English not for themselves, but for their children's future. Maybe you are learning English for your family. Maybe you are facing the same struggles Maria did. If you are, keep going. Remember, you don't need perfect grammar to communicate. You learn by practicing every day. Mistakes are part of the journey. Your love and determination will push you forward. Now tell me, why are you learning English? Share your story in the comments. If you found this video inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to English Listening Journey. Keep learning, keep believing, and I'll see you in the next video.